All right, next game. It's weird that there are only 2 4:00 games. The second one, and I guess this is why, because everyone's going to watch it, because it's Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Packers at Buccaneers. The sign opened up Buccaneers -2.5. Now the Packers are favored by 2.5. So who do you like in this game?
Yeah, so normally I would like the Packers in this one, but with the line movement, I think I'm going to be on the Buccaneers here. I think the Packers right now are playing like the better team, and them coming off the bye, having extra time to prepare, I think will help them. But Tom Brady's coming off a mini bye, and I think he's going to be extra motivated in this game because the Buccaneers should have beat the Bears on Thursday Night Football, and they didn't because Brady forgot what down it was. Apparently, they say he didn't, but it sure looked like he didn't know what down it was because he had Keyshawn Vaughn running open near the sticks, and he tossed it up a contested catch down the field to try to get more yards, and then flash his hand 4. Yeah, that looks like someone who didn't know what the down was. And look, it happens. People forget things. It's fine. Obviously, when it happens for an athlete, it falls under a lot of scrutiny. But Brady's going to be pissed about that. He's going to be pissed that people are now talking about him like, oh, he's old and he just made this mistake because he's old and he's not as good. And anytime Brady gets doubted, he tends to play very well. I just think that this is going to be a close game. I could see a lot of people leaning on the Packers saying like, oh, the Packers have been playing so well on offense and they've done really, really well. Well, the Bucs have been pretty good too, and they've done it without some of their top pass catching weapons. Now, I don't know if Chris Godwin's going to play, and I would imagine Devontae Adams is going to play for Green Bay. So I think that's a big difference here that kind of makes me a little cautious about betting Tampa Bay. But I think the motivation is going to be there for the Buccaneers, and they're going to need a win to avoid falling to 500. And then really the division gets up for grabs because the Panthers are right there too. The Saints are right there too. So I think all the motivation lies with the Bucs. They're the underdogs at home. The lines move so much. My dad's running backs are absolutely terrible in fantasy at this point. I'm just going to go with the Bucs in this one. I'll take the +2.5. And if this somehow gets to +3, I may bet. I have 2 to 3 units down now, but I could see betting more on that just because I think this could be a really, really close game. If not, the Bucs should win this.
Yeah, me too. If Chris Godwin is back and Mike Evans is healthy, I like the Buccaneers a lot. The Buccaneers haven't had a game where both of them have been healthy for the entire game yet. It's just like one guy's either missing or one guy gets banged up. Like it just hasn't happened yet. But with extra time to get healthy, I think there's a chance that we might see both of them healthy. Also, Scotty Miller, who was banged up last week too. So they need all those guys. You're talking about Tom Brady being pissed. I think he's going to bounce back as well. Awful loss in his career, just straight up awful loss. He's 43-21 against the spread. But here's the cool thing. If he's off a loss and an underdog, it's happened 15 times. Do you want to guess what his record is against the spread?
I want to say like 13-1-1. That might be too optimistic though.
Not optimistic enough. He's 14-1 against the spread as an underdog coming off a loss. The one time he didn't cover the spread off a loss was in his second year in 2002 at Miami. And those Miami teams used to give him a lot of problems with Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor in Miami. It was the beginning of the year, so it was hot down there. So that was the only time he didn't cover, amazingly. That in itself says that, the Buccaneers are the right side. But then we have the line value here. Like the advanced spread on this game was Buccaneers -3. This line has moved 5.5 points because the Buccaneers lost to the Bears on Thursday night. Like I think that's just way too much of an overreaction for one game. That game was weird. The Buccaneers are winning, and then Evans was limping on and off the field. Scotty Miller wasn't right. Chris Godwin's out. The Buccaneers just weren't, ready, and then the Bears Nick Foles just caught fire, and then they won. But the Buccaneers, they had a chance to win at the end. I think this is just way too much of an overreaction. So if the Buccaneer receivers are in, this could be a big play for me.
Yeah, and I'm worried about Chris Godwin not playing, but I think that Scotty Miller, with 10 days to recover, I think he should be okay. I kind of think they went easy on him on Thursday. They may have had him active more as a decoy than anything else. So, I'm right there with you. I just think that stat 14-1 as an underdog coming off a loss, that's ridiculous. Like Brady's just completely ridiculous with some of the stats he has. So I'll trust him in this spot. The line value is just too good.